Good morning. So, very good Christmas party last night. Very funny as always. Not the kind of behaviour you'd expect from a board. You expect all really serious people, don't you? Who are sort of, I don't know. When you say board member, you expect sort of middle-aged, slightly fuddy-duddy, but they're not. I mean, age-wise, maybe there's a bit of overlap there. But they're very, very fun people, actually. Lots of throwing balloons and party poppers around. You know, middle-aged fun, but still fun. I don't wish to insult them. Some of them aren't that old, and some of them are much more fun than I'm managing to communicate. Anyway, today's a new day. It's supposed to be quite warm, so I'm going to pop into queue. Hopefully more Christmas presents will arrive and I can wrap them. And yes, I'm doing my best of 2014 video as well.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlogmas.
I know I went on a huge tirade about the post office, probably more than once. You've probably seen several of them. It's always I'm always moaning about something. But I should say that our current postman, who's actually, he's only been our postman for about a couple of months or so, actually. He's a very jolly fellow. And yeah, he is not part of the problem. He's kind of what you'd want as a postman. Very cheerful, upbeat, always friendly guy. Here he is. So, another present turned up. It's Crystal's birthday present this time. Do you want to see it? There it is. Yeah, I've already wrapped it. Tough. Now, I know the weather forecast said it was going to be warm, but I really wasn't expecting this. I'm now massively overdressed in this coat. Anyhow, let's head to queue. Let's pop quickly into the shop, see what festivities we have in here. I always think that I'm going to find something in the shop that will plug some sort of birthday, Christmas present hole, and the reality is that's rarely true. There's some nice things, they're just not really gifts, if that makes sense. There's lots of homeware stuff, and you can buy slippers that look like peacocks. It's great, but anyway. New Year's Eve. 2 weeks today is New Year's Eve, as I'm recording this. And it comes down to the same old problem of, like, what do you do on New Year's Eve? What do you do on New Year's Eve? Generally, in the last few years, we've done nothing. We've pretty much done nothing since the New Year's Eve. Last time I did anything at all is the New Year's Eve I worked, if you remember, which was 10/11, I think. Where I sat in the studio with a bottle of wine. Very good wine, actually. Very nice. Made the whole thing bearable, plus the absurd amount that I invoiced helped as well. So yeah, I haven't really done New Year's Eve for years, and I worked a lot of them for quite a number of years. And when I was a kid, obviously, we used to go out and go to house parties and do all sorts of craziness. But in the last 10 years, nothing really. So we were thinking about what to do this year, and came back to the good old, we're going to sit in and have a takeaway and fall asleep at 10 and then wake up and go Happy New Year and go back to bed. Because that's what you do when you're in your 30s and you're old. So no, we're not going to do that. At least I hope not. So we've been looking at places that we could go for a nice meal and what have you, and one of them we're going to just try out this evening. Just going to pop along there and see what the atmosphere's like, see if it's a nice venue. They've got a really good menu looking for New Year's Eve. Strikes me it'll be a fun place to be, so we're going to go and recce that. But I'm curious, am I the only person who has for years found it a bit of a forced fun? Can't have fun if everyone's expecting me to have fun. It has to just be fun. And New Year's Eve's usually very expensive, and in fact it might still prove to be, but it might be this year at least slightly more memorable. So that's the plan as it stands at the moment. Anyhow, the reason that we're in the gardens this late in the day, and by this late I mean 3:15, I think they close at 3:45 in winter, is because a few weeks ago, probably closer to a month ago, I popped in. I remember saying, oh, that the visitors book in the glade has been taken down for repair and it would be back up before the vlog was. That didn't turn out to be true, because it's been sitting in my kitchen for that time, and I've only just repaired it now, so it is ready to go back in to the glade, which is what I'm doing here this afternoon. Plus, It's really nice temperature and it's completely empty. So if this place that we go to this evening is any good, I will of course recommend it to you. It's in East Sheen, so you have to be in and around the Richmond, southwest London area for it to probably warrant thinking about, but it's a very nice looking pub, and we walked past it loads when we were doing our walk training. Every Wednesday, in fact, when we had to do our 8-mile walk, we'd go past this pub, and every time I'd say, oh, that's a nice pub, we should go there. Did we? Hell, no, we didn't. So this is the first opportunity. We've sort of scoured the land looking for venues that we could go to. Gaucho looked like a really good bet. They haven't got tables until 10:30 at night, a bit late to eat. And everywhere else has either been slightly too expensive for what it is, or the menu's been slightly underwhelming for what they're charging you. So this might be a good bet. I'm really hoping so, because we're kind of out of ideas at this point. So we can add this next section to life lessons learned by me in the last 24 hours. When having a reasonably healthy conversation with a Conservative councillor, suggesting to him that you think that the press is broadly out of control, poorly regulated, and serves only its own ends, and cannot possibly hold the powerful to account when it is the powerful. That doesn't go down well. Just bear that in mind. Just doesn't go down well. As you are probably aware, today is December the 17th, and here is a tree that still has most of its leaves. It's just started, only just started turning yellow. I think it's an oak of sorts. But yeah, look. It's like it's September here. Ridiculous. It's obviously very heavily sheltered and or just a massive rebel. Tree rebel number 1, Algerian oak. Well, maybe in Algeria, you know, they don't lose their leaves till December because the temperature's nice, but... Okay, here we go. Let's put the visitor's book back. It's a bit wet today. Right, still missing a bench, but you know, do what we can. Can I put this on with my left hand is the question. You can see that's the older hook. Let's get that off. There we go. Let's put the new one on. There we go. Complete. It is, as always, behind the beech tree. It's in the glade at the back. Not quite sure what these things are, but they're always wandering around here. Hello! Strange wildlife of Kew. Check out the festive owl. It's a microwavable owl, which means you can have Peking crispy owl. Actually, shouldn't get too crispy. Should get sort of cosy. There it is, Plough, East Sheen. It's very nice. We've finally been in after weeks and weeks of walking past it in the summer. It's very nice. So it's a really nice pub actually, as you can see, and yeah, if all being well and tables being available, I think that will be our plan for New Year's Eve, which will still be part of Vlogmas because, as I said, it goes on until the 2nd of January at the moment. So thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow. And if you enjoyed this nonsense, as always, the only thing to do is subscribe.
Toby, stupid vlog.